Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with Dave's Faves. And today I want to talk to you about an amazingly rare but fabulous tone poem. Thank God CPO was around to record it. Emil Nikolaus von Reznicek's Schlemihl. Yeah, he wrote a piece called Schlemihl. I mean, the title alone makes it irresistible, right? What is a Schlemihl? Well, in Yiddish, a Schlemihl it's the same thing in German. It's a loser, a guy who just can't get it together. Nothing ever works out for him. There's Schlemihl and Schlemazel in Yiddish. Schlemihl is the guy who always spills his cup of coffee. Schlemazel is the guy he spills it on. They're two different forms of loserness. But a Schlemihl is quite the piece. An extraordinary piece of music, one that is very, very, very rare. In fact, it's never been recorded until this showed up. I love it. It's amazing. I mean, if you look at the plot synopsis, I happen to have it right here. The work begins with the man, animated with proud swing, and with a motive presumably not without reason, recalling Wagner's invitation to begin from Die Meistersinger. Well, there you go. But then we've got vices, sustained and threatening, the voices of temptation. Then there's an orgy. Of course, you got to have an orgy, right? And then, here we are. A naked fat witch with belly and breasts hanging down comes riding in on a sow after the melody of Ach du lieber Augustin first has been cited. Now, don't you just want to hear that? I mean, isn't that just extraordinary? No, but seriously, Reznicek was kind of the ultimate German fin de siècle decadent composers. I mean, other composers had something to sort of leaven their bitterness and sense of irony and frustration and disgust. Well, Reznicek didn't. And that's what makes him so much fun. There's actually a sequel to this called Der Sieger, the victor. But Schlemihl is like the one to get. And it's incredibly, incredibly rich and glamorous. It has a huge orchestra, enormous orchestra, and an organ, and a tenor solo. There's a poem that the tenor sings at the end. He sings a little song here. Wait a minute. Here we go. Yeah, there it is. Well, it's like, if I have to actually read it, it'll probably be, it's one of these sort of existentialist tracts. Oh, here we are. There we are. Oh, what has been in these hours? Knopf fell for mad care. Smoking makes him very sick. I don't know where it is. Is this the end of it? The apotheosis? And behold, the place where the tenor solo. There we go. Yep, there we go. Here it is. You who are from heaven, calm all grief and pain. Fill him who doubly suffers with double the refreshment. Oh, I'm tired of busy things. What's the point of all the pain and joy? Sweet peace, come, come into my embrace. There you go. You see, it's just the ultimate in completely dismissive, disgusted, world-weary. That's it. Weltschmerz. That's the term, Weltschmerz. It's a celebration of the Schmerz of the Welt that is being just sick to death of the world. And Reznicek was kind of like that. I mean, he wasn't terribly successful in his career. He wrote lots of operas. His most famous piece is a one-hit wonder, is the overture to Donna Diana, which is a comic opera. And then this disc also contains this thing called the Fantasy Overture Raskolnikoff. Yeah, as in Crime and Punishment. Raskolnikoff. Now, there's a jolly piece of music. I mean, this guy was really a little bit out there, kind of fascinating. And I think that this is one of those, fin de siècle, super decadent, luscious rarities, kind of like, the Zemlinsky, Schrecker type crowd, that group. And it's really an extraordinary experience, I have to say. The performances with the WDR Symphony Orchestra of Cologne under Michail Jurowski And it's fantastic, and it's wonderfully well recorded by the German radio engineers. So if you are into Schlemiehling, if you like that wonderful fin de siècle period, the turn of the 20th century, when everything was going to hell, and composers were just delightedly trying to express all of that in music of incredible richness and grandiosity, then you're going to love this. Take my word for it. I love it. I think it's just fabulous. So, go get your Schlemihl and keep on listening. Take care.